Welcome to this week's English edition of Papa TV. We're glad that you've joined us. A ribbon ceremony was held for students of the Reform School on November 12th. The ceremony started at the Reformed Church with music, song, and the pinning of ribbons, and ended at the Sports Center where the soon-to-be graduates danced for family and friends. Headmaster Peter Ferenc Kovac said the ribbon ceremony is important for every school. It shows the people of Papa who will graduate from which school at the end of the academic year. Peter Kerpel, an art teacher for 12th C, spoke as a teacher and a father. He said in part that the students have learned how to make decisions and take responsibility. He hopes each student has fond memories of the school. An exhibition of Mr. Kerpel's artwork opened at the Yokai Moore Cultural and Leisure Center and contains graphics, photographs, and oil paintings that depict simple beauty. Writer Laszlo Heter spoke at the exhibit and explained that Mr. Kerpel's work comes from different times in his life. The oil paintings use vivid colors while the photographs mostly depict winter. His graphics range from his university years until now. As an art teacher at the Reform School, Mr. Kerpel said he is inspired by his students just as they can learn from him. 26 grade school students from 6 towns took part in the 12th annual Vesprem County Violin Meeting and Concerto. The Bartók Béla Music School hosted the competition to help celebrate the 130th anniversary of the birth of Hungarian composer Bartók Béla and the 75th anniversary of the music school. Violin teacher Tibor Nagy said it is compulsory for every student to choose and perform a Bartók composition in the classroom, though they are not easy to play on the violin. But when others recognize their ability, it motivates the children to practice outside of school. Students from music schools in Ica, Tapolca, Vesprem, Balaton Almaty, Shumeg, and Papa performed in front of 3 judges. 6 students represented the Bartók Béla Music School. The judges awarded gold, silver, and bronze medals. A special program at the Economics School in Papa was aimed at finding artistically talented children who can perform in ceremonies for the city. Teacher Andras Molnar said that 6 pupils played the guitar, clarinet, violin, and piano for the teachers and students. 4 teachers were the judges. Abraham Tibor, who started playing piano when he was 6 years old, chose to play a Beatles song, though he said his favorites are traditional Hungarian songs. Programs like this encourage students to have fun and recognize the talents of their classmates. The Maria Radio Studio is up and running at St. Joseph Church in preparation for its broadcasting debut on December 8th. Pachi Judith Buzash, local coordinator of Maria Radio, said recordings are quite common in churches. For example, a prayer hour was recorded at the church for the local program that will reach Papa and neighboring villages. Mrs. Buzash said that residents can listen to the radio station on 90.8 FM 24 hours a day, and local programming will air Fridays from 4 to 8 p.m. Maria Radio will be blessed by Archbishop Marfi Dula, and Father Shalgo Ferenc will be the spiritual leader. Based on the Great American Smokeout, the Vesprem County Healthcare Office sponsored an anti-smoking program in the Robert Bala Primary School. Always on the 3rd Thursday in November, the day is used to encourage smokers to make a plan to quit or to plan in advance and quit smoking that day. By doing so, smokers will be taking an important step toward a healthier life and reducing the risk of cancer. Statistics show that about 1.3 billion people smoke. 7% of girls and 12% of boys between 12 and 14 years old smoke. After quitting, a smoker's lungs can function 30% more efficiently within 3 months. After 9 months, coughing stops. After 1 year, the chances of having a heart attack decrease. After 5 years, the chances of developing lung cancer decrease. Monica Schreck, the organizer of the event, said that every year almost 3 million deaths are smoking related. 1/3 of Hungarians smoke, making Hungary one of the countries with the most smokers. The school's anti-smoking program consisted of quizzes and discussions. Students worked in teams of 4 and won fruits and other small prizes for their efforts. At its meeting November 16th, the City of Papa's Historical Club hosted George Schertznev, a fighter pilot in 47th Papa Tactical Air Regiment. Mr. Schertznev said he built models as a child and listened to his father's and grandfather's war experiences, which drew him to flying. He also had a form teacher who was a parachutist in Papa. As a student in Varpalota, his dream was to become a fighter pilot, and after his training, he came to Papa. He said the city's airport was significant during socialism since the air regiment was near the western border. The members of the historical group also discussed next year's program during their meeting. More than 100 people were involved in a drug bust here in Papa, and dealers are said to have sold drugs to minors. 5 people were busted for growing, producing, and selling drugs, and dozens of customers were apprehended. Most are from Papa and are between the ages of 17 and 25. Winter is the time for the flu, but the timing and duration of flu seasons vary. While flu outbreaks can happen as early as October, flu activity often peaks in January or later. The best way to avoid getting the flu is to get the vaccine in advance. 1.3 million vaccines are available in Hungary this year and 7,600 in Papa. They are free for the chronically ill, pregnant women, anyone over 60, and those who work with animals. The flu vaccine can be used for children older than 3. Thank you for watching this week's English edition of Papa TV. We'll see you again online next Wednesday.